Hello. So, my name is John Aśka Popinska. You are very, very close, which is not often. Yeah. So there might be, I'm waiting for my presentation. There might be some issues with presentation because I was doing it on MacBook and some animations may not load instantly, but we will have them loaded. So I will talk about the choice and using virtual reality. I don't see my screen, I'm too small. Using virtual reality and volumetric video to explore emotionally charged subject matters. Yeah, thank you. And so me and my partner Tom Hall, he's not here today because the flu is running around the city and he caught very bad one. So we are called Tribe of Fun, and we are a Toronto-based creative studio. We produce immersive media content, and from the early concept phase all the way through to production and final delivery. And we started Tribe of Fun in order to create our own stuff, but also to help others to create impactful, immersive, narrative content. So today I'll be talking about my immersive documentary, The Choice, which is the documentary about reproductive rights. And origins of it is that I'm from Poland, and I don't know how many of you know the situation, political situation in Poland, but it's pretty grim. And we have a very conservative government that, on top of many other things, they wanted to ban abortion. But we don't have to look far away, just behind the border. We have also a pretty specific situation, and just yesterday many things happened in the United States. A few weeks ago we had Kavanaugh approved the judge. Just today in the morning, Alabama put on the ballots ban on abortion and imprisonment for 10 years just for having abortion. So the subject is very time sensitive and it's very much important, still important. So origins were that, the political issues, and me being sociologist, I was analyzing debate and I was wondering what's missing in it, because we all know arguments from both left and right side, and we heard it all many times. Probably all of you have thought about it at least once in your life. But what's missing out there is voice of people who had abortion. And it's really hard to find them speak out loud because they face judgment, they face hatred. So I was thinking, how can I use my knowledge as a sociologist and my knowledge as a VR creator to put it both together and to introduce you to people who had abortion and to do it through VR. So the technology that we are using, did I miss something from the previous slide? Yeah, okay. So the technology that we are using is stereoscopic volumetric capture, and I will tell you more about it in a second. So this is just a preview of me introducing the subject. So it does not come on this screen, but it's volumetric and it's stereoscopic. I have the demo with me here, so if you want to see it in VR, you will see it. And the story is that you enter the VR and you meet people sharing their abortion stories. They share different reasons, different emotions, different life situations. And also here you have only women because this is how it started, but I'm also broadening to bring more transgender people also because they have really important stories to share. So with the VR experience, can we start the video on the right? I think it started. So the VR experience will be that you are in the black void, then you're meeting women, one after another, people sharing the stories. And on the right side you see dear Angelica, and on the left side you see my animation style. So I will be working with professionals to create the animations. But when the person is sharing the story, you will be surrounded with animation telling you, visualizing the story, so you can immerse yourself and visualize what the story is about. Then cinematic VR, very briefly, means problems. And while working on the project, we met a lot of challenges and had to make many decisions about technology. But thinking about technology, I had to think what's important for me, what's important for my message. And I also had to think what's important for the audience, so how to create the full immersion, also create specific emotions, and get your full attention, which is problematic in VR. And there are two types of problems that we have in VR, technology and storytelling. And with storytelling, there is many problems that I could speak about for about a week, I think. But to just name a few, the biggest ones are achieving full immersion, so the person is fully there and is not thinking about people looking at them from outside. It's also directing the viewer's attention and focus, so they look here if I want to look them to look here, not look there, not look behind me, not look at the stain on the floor, but look here. So how to do it with cinematic with VR, not with the game. And then, so there was many research done. One that I like a lot is Stanford. So Stanford also did analysis how how the emotion and attention works in 360 sphere. So in 360 sphere, we lose the story because of the thing that I told you, that we keep looking. So it comes from traditional cinematography, that we think that everything that is on frame matters. And we are trained to believe that everything that's on the screen has a meaning. So when we are transferring to different reality, it's so important that we don't want to miss anything. So we are looking, oh, there is something on the floor, there is something. It does not have a meaning for the story, so we are losing the focus on the story. So they were testing, so maybe we will just do this point of view, only the angle, some part of the sphere, and we will not use the whole sphere. And the attention was much bigger. The people remembered the story, but the emotion were going down. They were not engaged at all. So I was thinking how to solve it, but before I will go to this, there are another problems with technology, and also just to name the few. One of the things is challenging production. So I put the camera here, I have to hide the crew, I have to make the lighting somehow. Then in post-production, just one example, stitching. And the very important aspect for me was 6 degrees of freedom. 360 video does not have it. And for me, this was a deal breaker. So when working with this technology, I was asking myself what technology can bring me and can help me to go through the story and to carry the story, and what will block me and what will stop me for too many months and will make the project impossible. So the things that are important for me is I have emotional subject and I want these emotions to come through. I have real people and not actors, and I want these people, I can't have them on the stage. I can't have them on the sound stage. They are not actors, they are not professional activists. I'm doing it with regular people. So they are intimidated by equipment, and I need equipment that will not scare them. And then achieving lifelike presence, directing viewers' attention, and creating emotions that I want to create. So the decisions, the creative decisions that I made, is that the experience starts in dark void, so you see nothing, and this creates tension, this creates you waiting for things to happen. Then you're meeting one after one people who are telling their abortion stories, and then I told you already that the quill illustrations will surround you, and this way I have the most important part, the person and the eyes, in full quality video. I'm using the whole sphere with using animation, but direct attention. So I'm putting animation here when I need it, and when I need the person to go back to the viewer to go back to my subject, I just remove the animation and lead them back here. So I'm fully steering, directing the attention. And then the issue is that dark void, it's very easy to make. Quill and teal brush, they exist. How to shoot people. So we tried different technology that exists out there. Spoiler alert, nothing worked. So we tried photogrammetry, and the issue with photogrammetry is that it's very heavy, it's very expensive, it's intimidating, and it looks like a wax. So I don't know if you saw Buzz Aldrin, it's very waxy, very fake. Maybe it's because of person, I don't know, no, that's a joke. But it's not convincing, it's fake. And one other issue is that with all these cameras, we are also recording the back. How many of you saw my back so far today? Nobody, because I don't need to see your back. So why would I need computing power? Why would I need the storage? Why would I need to pay for post-production of the thing that I'm not using? Then the performance capture, the same issues, plus using actors and faking emotions and not using real emotions, real people, that's another step. So we also experimented with stereoscopic video. Both me and my partner go years back into 3D, stereoscopic 3D filmmaking, IMAX and IMAX. This was our life before VR, so this was our natural way. And here the good part is that it's affordable, but it's not 6 EOF, that's for one thing. And then in VR specifically, it causes many issues. So here, I don't know how many of you know, but to have the 3D effect, you have the two images side by side, and basically you are shifting them horizontally, and this more or less creates 3D. But if you shift the image vertically, you have eye strain. And what's happening, he's showing that, can we loop it? Can we start the video? What he's doing, and so this is image left, this is image right, I'm moving my head like this, and it's instantly vertical disparity. So eye strain. Then another thing, oh, sorry, I moved too much forward. So can we start this one, please? It's not that yet. It's not going back. This one. So you see that he's moving forward, and the guy on the right, he didn't move. So this is the 60 OF. I want to move forward, and for my subject, it's important because in natural conversation, when somebody talks to you about important things, I see the person in the glasses. You did this in the middle of the lecture, and some of you do this to create a little bit of distance and give yourself time and space to think, what am I talking about? And it's few inches, but it's all our social interactions, and it's extremely important to have these few inches in VR. So I keep skipping. Sorry, this is our solution. Can we play? No. You have to believe me that he rolls head, and there is no disparity, and he moves forward and backwards, and he's getting closer. So here you see the example of it. So on the left there is the girl that we shot already for the project. On the right it's my partner who is shooting himself with slightly more advanced system. She's not playing, but he's playing. So you see that the quality is pretty good. Again, the 3D effect does not come on the flat screen, but I invite you to watch it in VR. And then, now she's playing so you can see her. So our issues, you see the Kickstarter. So our huge issue was that we spent a lot of time developing the technology, and it's two of us. And we applied for different grants in Toronto and not only. And I will tell you anecdotes. So one grant wanted us to provide them market viability proof, and they wanted some big kind of VR Netflix to provide us with the paper that they will take our stuff. So we provided a letter from Columbus Levin, head of experience from Oculus, telling that yes, he will take it. If we pass the technical test, if it runs on the apps, they will take it. And the answer from the grant was, what is Oculus? So this is what we have to deal with yet. It's slowly changing, but so far this was our story. So we decided to run Kickstarter. It ended up with success. So now we are working on finishing the demo that we needed to do with the technology that we like to test the technology. And what are our goals? So our goals are to raise awareness of how abortion is common. So around 30% women in this room had abortion. But we often don't think about it, we don't know, we are not aware that we know people who had it. So we want to raise this awareness. We also want to show You don't see huge variety here. These are women who allowed me to use their faces for now. But we want to show that people in different ages, different backgrounds, different cultures, different situations, material, whatever, different beliefs, different people have abortions. So we want to show that. And also open debate, also, I don't have it yet. We also want to open the debate and include the transgender people, because for them it's a huge issue and they are not even probably really talking about it. So the question is, what's the difference between what we are doing and traditional documentary that you could watch and could talk about the same issues? So I have the answer, so I'm presenting this. I've been presenting the project on several events, very different ones. And yeah, I was on conference with women's rights. Everybody was very happy for the subject, but I was also presenting it to gamers community. And gamers community is pretty conservative. And I know personally very vocal, even Trump supporters, also in Toronto. And I had a conversation with one of them on one of the meetings, and very heated conversation, very full of arguments from both sides. And then I put the headset on his head. He took it off, and he said, I could say the name, but I probably you all know him if you are in VR and games. He put it off, took it off, and he said, wow, congratulations, she made me think. Then I show it in Poland to my friend, who is also very conservative, very pro-current government, and he kept giving me advices, what should I do, how the documentary should look like, how many different perspectives I should put. I put it, the girl that you saw, on his head, and again the same reaction. She made me think, thank you. So that's it. I have the demo with me if you want to see it. This is our website, thechoicevr.com. Thank you very much.